Tony. This is AJ. On this week's episode of Park Adventures, as we travel across America to hit all the wonderful parks in the U.S., we're at Billericay Park in Fishers, Indiana. First adventure in this wonderful walkway of the woods, we come across some feces that we previously saw a deer drop about 10 minutes ago. So this is immediate and abundant plant or wildlife.
Disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting. You don't like to see it, but hey,
But
nature.
This is what they do, man. This is what they do out here at Billericay.
As we exit out of the nature trail, AJ and I strolling across some birds that are flying in and out of this birdhouse. As you can see, some were in the tree just there. As we move in to take a closer look.
Let's see what's going on. Looks like that's a birdhouse for him up there.
110% a birdhouse. Probably some people in there hibernating. No big deal. God, I love nature. We enter back through the nature trail. AJ, tell us what you see here.
Right over here, we got a pretty large standing tree. It looks like it's dying, though, sadly.
Yep, you could
see the big guy go.
You can see that the roots are starting to die out a little bit.
What happened?
But, it is in the middle of winter. But, this is evidence of plant life. You can't expect a lot of blossoming flowers to be out here, but you see a lot of trees, trust. The nature trail here. And one thing you absolutely hate to see in the woods, trash. We have seen quite the abundance of these everywhere. A yellow rope. A yellow rope. AJ, go take that down. God.
You know what? That baby's rooted in there. We're just going to leave it be.
Keep your parks clean, people. Don't litter. Throw it in the trash can. It's not that hard. On the nature trail here, somehow. What do we find, AJ?
You know what? Looks just like your average plant. Still alive. Good for it. You know what I'm saying?
In the midst of winter, this little buddy's still kicking.
You love to see this stuff.
Don't really know how he's still alive, but you know what? We're going to keep on. Right after we find the little buddy green plant, looks like we find, what did we find, AJ?
Dude, this is an evergreen tree for sure. It looks like it's been cut down. Someone probably used it for Christmas and just threw it back into the wildlife.
You love to see this too.
Yeah.
Strong plants and trees out here surviving in the midst of January.
Yep.
My God, I love nature. At the end of our nature hike here, we find a very solid rule. Please clean up after your pets if you go into the park. Nobody wants to see that
You don't
here.
want to see your little dookies laying around.
Yep. Out of the nature trail here, AJ and I stumbled to the beginning of the woods to find these signs. Gives you a little insight on, where Billericay or what it was before it became this wonderful park.
You can tell right here it was dedicated on May 31st, 2003.
You love to see that. And right behind us is Norsey Wood Mayflower Tot Lot. Basically, that gives a in-depth breakdown of the playgrounds. You can bring your kids here, siblings, whatever you got to do.
Really fun environment for everybody.
Super fun environment.
Just showed you the nature trail. You can take your dog on a walk and come here and have your kids play for a little while.
Or, while your young ones are playing, say your husband has to coach Little League, because Billericay is mainly known for its baseball fields. Across at the end of the park, we find this sign that strictly says it is designed for kids for 2 to 5 years old. Adult supervision is strongly recommended, and
Please watch your kids out here, man.
they advise all kids to play safe. Last but certainly not least, the rules of the baseball field. As AJ and I are walking towards the main concession stands, it says no pets are allowed on the playing field, which
don't break this rule.
Super obvious. We should not bring pets here, but you love to see it. The rules are strict. They try to keep a nice and clean park. I don't blame them. This place is beautiful. Almost forgot this one. Norsey Wood Playground says 6 to 12-year-olds. Bring your kids of all ages here. Everybody can have a fun time at Billericay, guaranteed.
Again, adult supervision is strongly recommended. We can't stress this enough, guys.
You don't want your kids to get hurt, and you're not there to help them, so keep a watch on them. So obviously when it is open, these are baseball fields and a park and a nature walk. It's ideal to come between spring and the beginning of winter, because you don't want to be cold like we are today. But spring to winter, I guess if you want to, you can come whenever you want. But spring to winter is highly recommended. Sunny day, baseball's going. You can bring your kids to the park, grab a hot dog and some peanuts.